Hello, Diane.
Where are we?
I knew you were going to ask that. You're wondering how you got here.
I am, actually.
We are in Desboro, my old hometown.
Your hometown?
Yeah, well, I'm
Wow.
from Toronto, but we moved here when I was very young. And Desboro is also known as Dodge City.
Why?
I don't know. It's like an old country western town, I guess. I don't know.
It is
but
so
Dodge
cute.
City. Yeah,
It is so cute. We're here at Four Corners.
Yeah,
it's not
the
like
only
the one
corners.
Yeah, and it's not like the one in Owen Sound, the Four Corners, where they're all churches. We have a bar.
Yes.
We have a feed mill.
Yes.
General store, and I'm not sure what this was.
That was a general store back in the day as well.
Oh, was it?
But then Donkey Donovan, he has a garage there.
Okay.
Had for a lot of years.
Okay.
Now it's just recently been sold, I heard.
Oh.
And hopefully getting fixed up as well.
It'll be nice to see the vibrancy come back to Desboro. I have a lot of friends surrounding it, but I think it's great to see it coming alive.
Yes. Oh, it's so true. Like, I mean, for years, Desboro was a real little hub. Like the hotel, everybody knows where the Desboro Hotel is, right?
I was there once.
You were there once. You don't remember.
Not at
but
all.
It was
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah.
And my friend Boo, I lived there, you could say, really, with her every weekend. And we made, what is it? Spare ribs and kraut. And before we could go out and do anything, we had to chop the spare ribs and fill them.
So you worked there?
Well, for nothing, just so that we could go out and on the town, but we had to do all this work first. But anyways, and at that time, this store was not open.
Okay.
Like, it opened later, I think, but then we have people from the city bought this, and look at it now.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I know,
Just
right?
gorgeous. It's owned by Jeremy and Claire now.
Yes.
They've been here 3 years. And I can't wait to go in and see what's in there.
I know.
I love old country
But they
stores.
also bought, the funny thing is, they bought the hotel as well, the Desboro Tavern.
Wow.
So they're going to tell us about plans that they have for that. I mean, it's, it's a few years away, right?
Yes.
Like, because it's been not derelict, but nobody's been in there for a few years.
Okay.
So it really needs some tender loving care, and he's got the vision, so.
You do know Desboro, when you moved away, just basically shut down because we didn't have that party. Let's go to the general store.
Okay, sounds great.
So here we are in the general store in Desboro.
Right.
And we're here with the new owners. It's Jeremy and it is Claire Eves. And thank you so much for having us. I'm so excited. Yes. Kind of reminds me of the Little House on the Prairie. Not that I watched it, but it is so cute here. So tell us, what brought you to Desboro?
Well, we were in the city, we were in Toronto, and we just felt like we wanted space. We wanted land. We wanted a smaller, tighter-knit community. So we found a farm up here that we could fix up and moved up.
Yes, I hear it's a beautiful old farmhouse that had no hydro. You had to fix up and...
Yeah, it was pretty rustic, and I think that was part of the draw, right? Like we were in the city, we were renting a place, and we couldn't really do what we wanted to do. And so it was funny, we both came at the same time and said, hey, we think we want to, like I said, I think I want to move to the country, and you were already looking at farmhouses online.
Yeah. Wow.
And we had to be able to afford it. That was one thing, because farms in Ontario are quite expensive,
Yes.
because they're pretty high quality agriculture around here. And so we thought, if we could find something we could afford, let's use it as, the cottage, right? Like, people always have cottages, but we're not really cottage people. We want to do something. Like, you can't just, when you go to a cottage, you just go to relax, and I wanted to go somewhere where I could do something. And so the compromise was, let's find a farm. I can fix stuff up. You can have your relaxation time and enjoy the outdoors and have the space. And so that's what we ended up doing. We made an offer on a place, and it took a while to close, but we made it there, and we closed in November of 2022.
2019.
Oh, sorry, 2019. We closed in 2019.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
COVID times,
Yeah.
right after that.
Yeah.
So what's your background? Is it in building, renovation?
Well, I went to school for engineering.
Okay.
So I studied engineering. I was in technology sales for most of my career, but I think it was when I turned about 40, we were living in Nashville, and we bought a place there, and I started getting handy. I didn't really know I had these skills, but I was buying the tools, and Claire would say, I'd like to get this done. I said, well, I'll try and do it myself, and eventually you kind of learn, watch YouTube videos, and then you figure out how to get it all done. And it was just kind of stepping stones after that.
You learned as you went.
Yeah.
And you've only had 3 trips to the emergency, is that right?
This time, yes, 3 trips. Yeah. The on-sound emergency room is very handy, very capable. I can show you the scars on my hands from where they stitched me up many times. So
it's that triage. Jeremy's here again.
No, but Claire's been very supportive in the adventures. She is like the design guru of the place, and I'm kind of the foundational, structural stuff.
Nice.
So anything you see in here that's pretty and beautiful, Claire was responsible for that. Anything where you might step on a nail, that's my.
So speaking of, once you got all your house and livable,
Yes.
then you decided you were going to purchase this store. Is that correct?
Well, the building was here,
The building, I
and
should say.
we had. To be honest, like when we moved up, we kind of made a last-minute decision. We were living in the city. You couldn't do anything because it was COVID, and we had this beautiful property, and we're like, why are we sitting here? Like, let's just go, And so we literally packed up the truck. We drove to a farm, bought chicks, baby chicks, and goats, put them in the back of the truck, and then pulled up to the farmhouse and unloaded everything and said, okay, we're here, and we lived in a trailer for 6 months while we renovated the house.
And you now have cows.
We have cows.
You have a baby
Yeah.
last night. Was it last night? Yesterday?
Yeah. This morning we came out.
Baby
brand new
calf, I
baby
should
calf.
say.
Yeah, in this cab.
So we've heard a lot about what you do. What did you do, Claire?
I'm a graphic designer and a visual artist, so the store has been a fantastic creative outlet for me where I can do all the posters and signage and logo and social media and kind of all the visual arrangement of the store. So I've had a lot of fun with that.
Wow.
Well, it's definitely, this is so different than what I remember.
Yeah. I noticed you've got local artists.
Yes, this is the Saugeen Artists Guild. Various members, their artworks on the wall, and they're all local artists.
And they're for sale?
Yes, all the artwork is for sale.
Very nice. I love the gallery. I like what you did.
I think they were really receptive. I think they're really happy to have a space where they could do rotated artwork. I don't think we're going to keep moving things around and having different.
It seems like it's evolving all the time. Like I was here originally through your social media post. I heard about you, and I was driving to see a client in Hanover, and I go the back way, and I'm like, I'm going to pop in and see Claire. So this is new. You've gotten lots of new producers, like for your potatoes.
Yeah.
So one of the things that has been really cool about this is that we've found that there's so many amazing creators, makers, producers in Grey and Bruce. So we're always trying to find local products. We've got local sourdough bread from Crust and Crackle. We've got the Produce Club brings in their produce boxes. They'll be bringing those this afternoon, actually. We've got Moore's Meats, a local butcher. We've got Gibson's Honey. And the other great thing we've found is that what customers really love is the local products or the unique products. So that's been really fun to find out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember we filmed at Gibson's Honey?
We did. And that was really interesting. And they too were very community minded.
Yeah.
So they were going all the different smaller stores supporting you and other stores just selling their product. But what I love is that you do have, it's really nicely displayed with all this soap. And the smell, I wish you had smell-o-vision because it is just,
Oh my gosh.
it is amazing.
Spring
I love it.
blossom.
Yeah, and it's all local.
Yes,
It's
so
all
those
local.
soaps are made in Markdale by a local woman, and these are also local hand-poured soy candles as well.
Grey County.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Very
my,
nice.
smell that.
I know I could sit here and smell
I
all
know.
that. Oh, you
I
can eat
love that.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
coconut bars. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
But what I really wanted to touch was the crust and crackle. And you get deliveries every...
Wednesday and Friday morning. So they bake it fresh that morning, drive it straight to us, and it's still warm most of the time. And they are based out of Sauble Beach.
Oh,
which is amazing.
Yeah.
And you said the smell.
Yes.
When you
We
come
should
in
have
the
filmed
morning.
on Wednesday.
We should have. We should have.
It's long gone by now.
And
Yeah.
it goes
Yeah.
quickly. I see that. You're
sells
waiting
very
for that
fast.
delivery tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
It is amazing. It's amazing. And Moore's Meats. You mentioned Moore's Meats.
So what do you
Wow.
have with Moors? Let's take a
So
look
yeah,
at it.
we've got their pepperettes, which are really popular in a few different flavors. Sweet heat sells really well. And then in the freezer section, we also have like their fresh pork chops. We've got the chicken breast, the ground beef.
Do you have their burgers?
Yes, we do.
Someone was just in, a
Although-
customer was saying like, oh, you got to try their burgers.
Their steaks are amazing as well.
Yes.
Their
You're
steaks
sold
are
out of
amazing.
burgers.
We are sold out right now, but we have an order in with them. We'll be getting very soon.
The butter chicken. Who's that? The pie commission.
So this is a pie commission.
Yeah, he's a friend of ours in Toronto.
Oh.
His name's Pat. We were living in the same neighborhood, and he was starting up this business. It's now quite a large operation in the Toronto area. He distributes all over the place in grocery stores. And so when we thought, let's bring some things up that you can't get around here as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So not only have local things, but also supply things that you would have trouble, like high quality products that you wouldn't even have access to in this area.
Yeah.
And so we have piano pizzas, which have a variety of different flavors. They're quick. You put them in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes, and you've got a delicious tasting pizza. A little bit different than the stuff you would get at the takeout places, right?
Right.
Same with like I talked about the pie commission. Down at the bottom, we have Indian curries, and those are from friends of ours. I would go to this restaurant probably 3 times a week for lunch, and I actually wanted it up here because I love Indian curries. And so these actually become quite popular as well. Shockingly, we sell through our order very quickly because there's a taste there that people
Yes.
have been wanting or missing or needing.
Yeah,
right?
there's very few
Yeah.
places even in Owen Sound that you can get good curry.
Good curries,
right?
yeah.
My
Yeah.
son-in-law and my daughter love the
Yeah.
Thai and the curry.
Yeah.
And they live in Terra, so I bet you
They
now
may
that
have
they
been here.
watch this, they've probably been here,
Yeah.
or they will be coming here because
Well,
they love
it's,
that.
it's ordered from a Canadian palate all the way to burn your mouth off. So
Oh, I need burn your mouth off.
Yes, she does. I don't know how she does it. But
then-
you also have kettles.
yeah, so Kettles, we know the owners of Kettles. Our sons go to school together, and so
okay.
they are pretty. They don't do a lot of outside of the store
They don't?
distribution, and so they said we want to support local, and so they are now they supply us, and we're able to offer their products here. Which honestly, when we first started carrying them, people went crazy. Like they just came over and just
sell out. Yeah.
It's a great
Well-
option if you don't want to cook.
Yeah.
And
My husband loves their soups.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the cabbage roll soup.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Shaw's ice cream is from where?
Tilsonburg.
Is it?
Oh,
it,
I've
yeah.
never heard of it.
My little granddaughter Presley loves unicorns, and a twin brother is all about toots.
There you go. So, perfect.
You're gonna have to buy
I
some of
have
that.
to buy this
Yeah.
ice cream. Presley and Parker, look what Nana has.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's that has become probably one of the most popular items
Really?
in the store.
Grammy's
Wow.
covered.
Yeah.
Look at it all.
Yeah.
Really cool varieties.
Yes. This is where people can get their lottery. You have everything.
This
Holy
just
cow.
showed up a couple weeks ago.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And
The,
then-
it's another draw just to try and again raise the awareness that the store is here, and people have to change their habits when a new store opens up. They're used to kind of doing they usually go get their tickets at this place, and they usually buy their milk at this place. But
Yeah.
now we're seeing that people are telling us, hey, I was going to go to my regular store, but I remember, no, there's a store in Desboro.
Yeah.
And so now they come here to kind of, support, again, the local community is giving us all their love and support, and we really appreciate that. So we're bringing up some interesting cheeses as well. Yeah. So we found a supplier that, we have some nice goat cheese here.
Yep.
And
long as she doesn't
I actually
move
just placed an order for some really high quality cheeses to come and get delivered here. So there's gonna be high quality Gouda and a lot more variety. And actually, I think there was just a annual awards for cheese producers, and we ordered some of the top named producers to come into the store because there's room for your dog food and cat food, but you also want to have some time where you're going to be doing some entertaining, and you
Yeah,
want to
for
offer a
sure.
nice quality
absolutely.
product.
And you don't want to run to Owen Sound, make your
That's right.
charcuterie board.
That's
and,
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you do sell, here it is.
Yeah. There's the pet
Dog
food section.
Pet food section.
Yeah.
Everything. Everything. And then, of course, my best friend.
Well, cash isn't always as popular as it used to be, and that's why we have a nice integrated, terminal to take all types of payments.
Okay.
But, people do need to get cash sometimes, and
Yes.
you show me where the nearest ATM is in Desboro, right? There's not
Right.
really anything around. And actually, this was provided by another local guy, Tibbs.
Yes, I know
Cash,
him.
Peter Reed.
Peter
Yes,
Reed,
Yeah,
yes.
and so
Yeah.
he has been great. He kind of educated me on how this whole thing works.
He's a good guy.
And he's made a go of it, in sound to do all the
Yes.
ATM providers. So and then another local supplier to help us out with providing another service for the
Oh,
customer
for sure.
base.
I don't think Desboro's ever had an ATM.
No.
Like ever.
Well, when the tavern does get open, people might need to come by, and they'll have this here and available for the residents to use as they need
Nice.
to. Actually, this was in use a lot during the Desboro garage sale. I don't know if you remember, there was the big. It supports the firefighters, and they do it
Okay.
every year in April. And so they let us know that anyone, it's cash only, and so anyone that didn't have any cash, they were sending down here to come and get cash for them.
That's
so
awesome.
Which
Yeah.
gave you exposure.
it gave exposure, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
one of our best days so far, was on that
Wow.
garage sale day. Yeah.
So what I noticed is not only do you have snacks,
Yes.
but you also have anything that people may need on a quick, I need a can of tuna, or I need
Yeah.
a can of soup. Or
Well, sometimes you don't have it, and then they tell us we don't have it, and then we have to add it to our list of
Yeah.
things
Oh,
to
yeah.
have.
This could grow
That's right,
exponentially.
exactly.
Yes.
But yeah, no, we try and it's we call it the oops section. You're like, I'm
Yes.
in the middle of making something,
Uh-huh.
and I forgot one ingredient, right?
Right.
And I had
Right.
to, figure out what are those key things that people are missing, and so. A lot of the
Sugar.
the baking goods at the
Flour.
bottom.
Absolutely.
Some of the sauces on
Yeah.
the middle rack here. And then the other day, someone came in and wanted lime and lemon juice, and we didn't have that, so I felt bad. So now we have a whole lemon and lime fruit basket over there for
Yes.
those folks, right? So it's one of those things where we learn from the customers, and then that way when they come back, they'll see, oh, you guys did listen to me.
Right,
So,
yeah.
Great
yeah.
thing about being a small business is you can be flexible like
Yeah.
that and tailor it a bit more to your customers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Growing up, you only went to town once a week
Yeah.
with a list.
Right.
So there's plenty of times you've run out of whatever, and there was
Absolutely.
always a store open. So
Yeah.
I bet you, just Desboro itself, never mind the outlying areas,
Yeah.
really appreciate this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always a place for large-scale grocery stores and Walmarts and the other big retailers, but I think people realized once all the small stores started closing, because they're cheaper, but you have to drive there. It's inconvenient. You forget things, and the cost of gas isn't going down, right? And so I think that folks in this town in particular, they have definitely showed their appreciation that a store is here. And a lot of people ask us, are you guys going to stick around? Are you going to stick around? We want to support you, right?
Yeah.
And we said there's no plans of going anywhere. We want to make this even more. Like
Yeah,
by the end of May, early June, we'll have Scoop ice cream in the back. So we're gonna
Put your kids to work.
That's right.
Exactly. They know. They
Yeah.
know.
They know.
get the strong forearms, right?
Yeah.
So
Go back to school with
Yeah.
muscles.
So it's been a great, we've learned a lot. We've never run a store before, right? And so, Clara has been really great on the marketing side, and then I'm trying to work on the back end operations side, and then we figure out, what products do we want to prioritize, and
Yeah.
what are we going to do next, and it's been fun working together on
Yeah.
it, and we haven't killed each other yet. So we've been,
Listen, I work with my husband,
Yeah.
so I get it.
Yeah.
And my sister Nadine and my brother-in-law Steve Schwartz had the Desboro Garage for years. Took over from his father Morel,
Yeah.
and they ran it for a lot of years
Yeah.
together. And
Yeah.
they were a great team, and I can see you guys are a great team as
we're
well.
trying. Yeah. We'll
That's
work
what
on
I
that.
was going to say is they came from, big cities and different areas, but you've got a small community heart.
Right.
And you can pick that up right away
yeah.
on the things you're saying, what you want to do, and you just want to be here to make things easier and make it a happy place to come. And that's what I love about you too. This is amazing. So this isn't your only project. You were actually, you got the old Dodge Desboro Inn Hotel, whatever it was called. I was there once. Just once. And then it closed. I think I must have done that.
It's all her fault.
It's all my fault. And I would love to see or tell us about what you're going to do over there.
We're going to work on the tavern next, and probably start with like a phased approach of, making a nice kind of country hotel,
Yeah.
you know, and we found some old photos of what it used to look like, and I want to try and stay to that, but with some modern touches, and then maybe offer food after that, right? And that way, we can't do everything all at once. We've learned that over time, right? We have to kind of do it in stages and steps. I'm also kind of thinking like, how can we get the local community more involved in that project, right? So there's some ideas that we want to maybe, you know, think through of how can we get more community, maybe involvement, ownership, things like that, to kind of make sure it stays for the long term and not just have one person be responsible for this, right? And so there's a lot to do over there, but I'm excited to get started on it. Yeah.
Can we go take a look?
Yeah, we can go take a look. But do you have your steel toes on, or?
Yes.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Johnny wanted to go back home. It was 1,000 kilometers away. They forced him to go to the Indian residential school. More than 150,000 of us children had to go. They wanted to change us.
Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name.
Hallowed be your name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
Kill the Indian and the child. It's been called cultural genocide. I survived residential school. My brother Johnny did not.
Chani Wenjack was one of thousands of children who died due to Canada's residential school system. More than 80,000 survivors and their families still live with its legacy today.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
So here we are at the old Desboro Tavern.
Yeah.
And this is amazing. And I'd like to order a drink. Could I have a rusty Dale?
We just have a broken glass.
That's perfect.
I'll have a shot. Yeah, I do shots. Thank you.
This is so cool. Look at the bones on this place.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
But you know what's sad is the vandalism.
Yeah.
Yes, but we're not going to talk about that.
No, we're going to talk about the future and what you're going to do here.
Lots of potential.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, just the character alone? It's amazing.
So many stories in here. Like it comes, and then I found this old menu.
And a gift card?
Yes, a gift card. I found that's Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Thank you. Same thing you got me last year from the Desboro country.
You are free to buy one.
Yeah.
We don't know when you can redeem it.
But they never go out. I mean.
This is true. They don't expire.
That's right.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
This building was built in the late 1800s, right? And and Desboro is all built on bedrock. So the foundation and the structure of the building is great, you know, and so that's kind of why we thought this would be a good place to, you know, spend some time and help get it revitalized, because it's worth it, you know.
Right.
And the impact it would have on the community would be huge, you know. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm not sure how much of it is your thing.
I'll just stay in the store.
We were joking, and it's kind of, you know, that this is a his and hers corner. So she's got the store and I've got the bar.
Well, you know, back in the day, we're standing in the men's room. That used to be the men's room only, and women had a ladies' room on the other side.
That was in the
not
1990s.
bathrooms. Yeah, right. Yeah. So that was an actual thing.
Right.
Yeah, we've heard about that.
Wow.
Stories.
But I love the bar. What you can do with this bar with all the natural wood and.
There's so many things that we haven't picked through. Like there's history everywhere in here, and I know you're excited about digging in and trying to.
Yes, if you need help, call me. Honestly, my friend who lived here will probably come up and
she would love it.
Yes, and she'll show you all the nooks and crannies. There's lots of little hidden things here that
she would be in this building.
Yes,
wow.
Yes, the Willetons lived here, and so Jack and Marilyn ran the tavern, and Boo was their youngest daughter.
Betty Lou?
Betty Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I basically hung out here on the weekend, so yeah.
Oh, there might be some stories there.
Yes. Oh, well, I knew the bathroom was a
show.
long way from her bedroom. That's how yeah, so she always gave me a bucket, which was very nice.
Yeah, so, again, we haven't really started much on this one. We'll have to really take our time and, and do it right, so.
For sure. I want to ask you about how it was originally used. It was an inn, right?
I think when it was first opened, yeah, it was definitely a country inn. It was like it was a waypoint because you were traveling by horse and buggy. You couldn't go super long distances at that time, so they would have these inns at different stops along the way to Owen Sound from Paisley or something like that. And I know that when it got turned into more of a restaurant, that the upper floors got turned into apartments, and the people that ran the restaurant lived upstairs.
Correct, yeah.
I think that you could probably get 6, 7 good rooms in here without having a restaurant in the building, right? And so in order to help promote economic development and tourism, to bring more activity to the area, I think that this place would be more suited to going back to the old inn, right? And have it as kind of a country inn style, little modern touches, right? I think that might be the right thing to do.
Yeah, definitely.
And that way you're not having food smells in where you live.
Right.
But yeah, so I think the idea would be, this is a place where you could come, you could have small weddings, you could do like, getaways, you could do a launch point to access all the different things that the peninsula has to offer, whether it's going to the beach or going to the mountain or going to Tobermory. It's a good spot. It's really centrally located, and that's the other, and it's on Highway 40, right? And so a lot of good selling points for this place, and we just have to get to that end point where we're ready to host guests, right? So.
Yeah, we would love to be a part of that growing phase with you and just share what you're doing, because it is a cute community.
Well, whenever Claire drives me to the emergency room, we'll give you a call.
Hey, I used to work there. No, thank you.
But we really want to share this journey with you.
Yes.
And this isn't the end of us, venue. We're going to continue to come out here and see your progress.
Watch you grow.
Yes.
Well, you have to give us your drink order, and then we can actually make you one.
Yes, it's probably on the wall somewhere.
Besides, Lois was here, right?
Yeah. Well, it's funny, way back in the day, like when I was wee, you could come here and get a pop and a bag of chips for a quarter. That's how long ago I was here.
Wow, I never paid that.
Well, it was convenient.
It was country. Yeah, it was convenient. Anyway, if someone wants to call you or check you out or just have any questions, do you have a website or?
Well, right now, the general store is on Facebook. And
which I saw.
On Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the main. And we've had a lot of community participation on Facebook and Instagram, which has been great. So everything gets posted there.
Okay.
And the store is open from 10 to 6, Monday through Saturday.
Nice.
Awesome. And we'll be on YouTube, the show. You can actually put on your socials.
Yes.
Yes.
Facebook page, wherever.
Awesome.
Well,
yeah,
thank
we
you.
look forward to it, and we really appreciate you, finding us and showcasing us on your program.
That's all, Lois, and I'm glad you did it. This was so much fun. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing you guys again.
And you will.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media. Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
Immediately slips, keeps his balance, fights through the check of Crosby, and he scores. And
I don't know whether it hit anybody in front or not, but it looked like it just went in all the way on his own.